Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
The lowest highway fatality rate in nearly 50 years. Why Kentucky State Police want drivers to finish this year strong.
A man accused of killing a Jessamine County inmate with drug-soaked underwear tells us he's not guilty.
A Kentucky man accused in a conspiracy to kill his family is speaking out from jail.
Their evidence is not as strong as they led everyone to believe.
Why Ryan Champion says he's staying confident about the outcome of his case.
WKYT News at 4:30 starts now.
Good afternoon. Sam, Dick, and Amber Philpott reporting. Get ready for colder temperatures and snow.
Yeah, high temperatures will hover around freezing, and we could add snow to the mix before our weekend is over. We go right to Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. He is in the First Alert Weather Center tracking it all. Good afternoon, Chris.
Hey, guys. A lot of folks still getting some snow showers and flurries out there now, but it's the cold weather that is the big impact this evening as we start the weekend. But it's the end of the weekend that things may turn white. Let's get into it and talk about it all. It's a very busy winter pattern throughout the country and especially right here in Kentucky. Look at that temperature in Lexington and London. 30 degrees, 28 in Jackson. That cold northwesterly wind flow continues to do its thing. It is also spitting out a couple of snow showers and flurries across parts of eastern Kentucky. Notice how the majority of that is now east of Interstate 75. Shouldn't cause any travel problems, so that is certainly welcome news. But again, you're going to see some of those what I call snow globe flakes that will be on and off throughout the evening. Here is our winter weather threat that is taking shape from Sunday night into Monday. Cold air will be in place again across the Ohio Valley with a fresh shot of Arctic air coming in from Monday. What will happen, we get an area of low pressure to develop across the south, make its way up the eastern slopes of the Appalachian Mountains. That is usually a track that is favorable for some accumulating snows across parts of central and eastern Kentucky. Accumulations, again, will depend on exactly where that low goes, but guys, major cold air will follow that. Not only am I tracking the potential for some snow with the first call for snowfall, but we'll talk about the possibility of record lows into early next week. It's a lot like January in the forecast about 10 minutes away.
That it is, sir. Thank you. With snow in the forecast for the weekend, you may be thinking about what kind of impact it could have on your travel plans. Lexington road crews have already started pre-treating roads with salt brine to prepare. Deputy Director Rob Allen says he's paying close attention to the forecast.
Right now, we're hoping it'll be a rain event. Of course, you know, these things are variable. It could be a little bit of snow, a little bit of sleet or ice. So, of course, we'll have the crews on standby, and we'll actually have 24-hour coverage.
Lexington officials say remember to go slow and keep your distance from other cars if it snows. An inmate who is facing charges in connection with the death of his cellmate was back in court this morning.
Police say that Michael Jones wore methadone-soaked underwear into the Jessamine County Jail, and a fellow inmate died after ingesting it. Jones is charged with manslaughter, promoting contraband, and drug trafficking. Our Mark Barber is in Nicholasville with the latest on this case.
Investigators say Michael Jones killed his cellmate with a pair of drug-soaked underwear back in August. But he says he's not guilty. You never did that? The 55-year-old was charged with murder, but a grand jury indicted him on a lesser charge of second-degree manslaughter. Jones is also charged with promoting contraband and trafficking in controlled substances after his cellmate, Corey McQuarrie, died of a suspected drug overdose at the Jessamine County Detention Center. Investigators say Jones was out of jail on furlough back in August. When he came back, state police tell us he was wearing methadone-soaked underwear. We're told once he made it past security, he tore the underwear to pieces and gave it to 5 of his cellmates. McQuarrie died 5 days later. In court this morning, Jones's attorney asked the judge to push the trial back because his health is failing. What medical condition do you have? Are you able to say what transplant list you're on?
Liver.
Your liver is, so do you know how long you have until you need that transplant?
Very short.
Jones is scheduled to be back in court for a status hearing on January 16th. I'm told his case could go to trial in February or March. In Jessamine County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
State police tell us the inmates chewed the underwear to suck the methadone out of it. A Western Kentucky man accused in a quadruple murder case is speaking out now from behind bars. Ryan Champion's parents, his sister, and a 4th person all shot to death inside a Trigg County home last month. He told police he was able to turn the tables on the shooter, Vito Riservato. But investigators say the case is much more twisted. Prosecutors allege that Champion hired Riservato to kill his family, then he called Riservato. In a newly released interview from jail, Champion says he's confident the truth will come out.
Without luck, I wouldn't be here. I tried to play the hand I was dealt as best I could, but in the end, I mean, nothing would have happened without luck. It was such a slim chance, and it would have just a small twist of fate, and I wouldn't be sitting here.
They decided to amend the charges made against me, which says a lot about their charges against me. The main thing is that their evidence is not as strong as they led everyone to believe.
Champion has been indicted on 1 count of murder and 3 counts of complicity to murder. He'll be back in court next month. Prosecutors say they will seek the death penalty. Right now, Kentucky is at its lowest highway death rate in nearly 5 decades. And now Kentucky State Police are asking drivers to finish strong.
For the rest of the year, KSP is asking everyone to be more cautious when driving to cut down on the number of traffic deaths. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel talked with a state trooper about the effort.
We're less than 2 weeks away from the holiday season, which means more people will be out driving on the roads. Right now, Kentucky is at its lowest highway fatality rate in nearly 50 years, and state police want drivers to finish the year strong. KSP is urging drivers to wear seatbelts, obey speed limits, drive without any distractions, and always drive responsibly. It's all in an effort to end 2014 with the lowest number of highway deaths in several decades. State police say so far there have been 548 deaths this year. That's down 13 from this same time last year. But since the Finish Strong project started on November 1st, statistics show 10 people died on Kentucky roadways between the 3rd and the 9th. That's just 1 week. With several weeks still left in this year, police are hoping to keep the number of highway fatalities under 600.
In 2014, it's been no different than it was in 2013 and 2012. The majority of collisions, when we look at them, the largest contributing factor is always some form of distraction, whether it's inattention, cell phone use, distraction.
The Finish Strong campaign will stay in effect throughout the holidays. In Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
And officers will be stationed in areas where deadly accidents have happened and are considered high crash zones.
Tickets going on sale today for one of country music's hottest stars coming to Lexington. We'll tell you where you can get tickets.
Still some snow showers and flurries left over across parts of eastern Kentucky. We'll track those and track a bigger system that brings the potential for accumulating snows in by the end of the weekend. That's up next.
All right, I have my tickets ready. A Christmas favorite comes to the Lexington Opera House.
Our Deanne Stevens is out and about with a preview of Elf. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I'm like a kid in a candy store here at the backstage of the Lexington Opera House. Elf, the musical, is happening tonight, the first in the Broadway series here at the Lexington Opera House. I've been counting down for this ever since they announced it back in May. We have Ben Friedman with us, who travels all across the country with Elf, the musical. Tell us about this production tonight.
Well, Elf is the story of a human baby who's brought back to the North Pole in Santa's bag. He discovers that he's a human being, and of course goes to find his dad in New York City. And it's all about the story of Buddy finding his new family and his new surroundings in New York.
You don't have to be a kiddo to be excited about Elf, the production, right?
No, the show's fantastic. There's some great musical numbers. The scenery is wonderful.
Well, I'm amazed because when we first walked back here, all of the things that it takes to make this happen, all of the sets, the lights, Dean is showing everyone right now, the backdrops, this is a lot of work.
Sure, we arrived here at 6:30 a.m. this morning after leaving Portsmouth, Ohio last night at 3 a.m. So we're all having a great day around here.
Well, it seems like definitely a fun crew. And tell folks, how can they get tickets? LexingtonOperaHouse.com, right? Because there's only a few available.
Yes, that's correct. We have shows tonight, 2 tomorrow on Saturday and 2 on Sunday.
Okay, 233-3535. You do not want to miss this production. If you can get a ticket. There are only a few available for Elf the Musical that is happening here at the Lexington Opera House. How cool is it? Look at all these sets. All this is going to come to life here at 8 o'clock tonight, and I can't wait. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at the Lexington Opera House. Back to you guys.
Are you excited?
I am. I'll be there tomorrow at 2 o'clock, ready to see it all in person.
Well, members of the Sopranos cast gathered to honor the late James Gandolfini, and we're getting ready for the Hollywood Film Awards right here on CBS.
Suzanne Marquez has your eye on entertainment.
Cake boss Buddy Valastro was arraigned in a Manhattan courthouse Thursday after being arrested on a drunk driving charge in the early morning hours. Police say the reality TV star's eyes were bloodshot when officers pulled him over for driving erratically. Several members of the Sopranos cast were on hand as James Gandolfini was posthumously inducted into the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
He was the best friend you could have, and he was the best actor I ever worked with, and I probably ever will work with again.
The actor who played mob boss Tony Soprano on the iconic HBO series died last year. Queen Latifah hosts the Hollywood Film Awards live tonight on CBS. This is the first year the 17-year-old show will be televised. A-listers Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp are among those scheduled to appear.
And why would a real spy have a TV show?
Gael Garcia Bernal stars as an imprisoned Iranian journalist in the new movie Rosewater, directed by Jon Stewart. Bernal plays Maziar Bahari, who was tortured by Iran's Revolutionary Guard after he appeared on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart.
He's very funny, but it was brilliant to work with him. I mean, it was such a nice experience.
Rosewater opens nationwide today. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Suzanne Marquez, CBS News, Hollywood.
Well, today is the big day for fans of Miranda Lambert. The 5-time CMA Female Vocalist of the Year is bringing her certified platinum tour to Rupp in January. Tickets for the Lexington show went on sale this morning at 10. You can buy them online or at the Rupp ticket office. The show will also feature up-and-comer Justin Moore.
After Kim Kardashian and Keira Knightley, actors Seth Rogen and James Franco are the latest celebrities to bear it all. The pair set to appear on Discovery Channel's Naked and Afraid on December 7th before their new movie, The Interview, premieres this Christmas. Rogen and Franco have worked together before in Freaks and Geeks, Pineapple Express, and This Is the End. Now they're braving the wilderness together, naked. Typically, the two partners are of the opposite sex, but as Rogen says in the preview, quote, I guess Franco is the next best thing.
An odd twist in a Florida delivery room. See how a mother was able to be there for the birth of her grandchild.
I have to say, last night I was so amazed when he told us that Barrow, Alaska was warmer than Lexington. I mean, that really shows you how cold it is right now.
And it really sticks with you, Chris, and makes you think, oh my goodness, as I just said earlier, it is so early to be talking about all of this in general.
No, you're absolutely right. It was 14 degrees this morning in Liberty down in Casey County. It was 16 in Lexington. Temperatures, even with a little hint of sunshine today, really not warming up very much at all. That shows you how powerful this Arctic blast has been across the country and certainly here locally. Right at 30 for Lexington, for Georgetown, Frankfort, and Richmond. All three locations with a little bit of late afternoon sunshine. Still, though, the potential is there from, let's say, Lexington or Richmond east for a little bit of snowflake action. And Life First Alert Defender has been picking up on some of those snow flurries the farther east that we go into the mountains of eastern Kentucky, where some on and off snow showers and flurries will take us through the rest of not only the afternoon, but into the evening and overnight. And Defender will track that stuff, and by then, it's all eyes on the second part of our weekend, Sunday night into Monday. And coming up in a bit, we'll show you why this Arctic blast and that low pressure are going to team up for another big winter weather maker for Kentucky and the surrounding areas. Let's get a check on traffic now on a busy and a cold Friday afternoon. Here's Officer Don.
New collision, outbound Newtown Pike. It's between New Circle and Citation with the right lane blocked there now. Still working the one at the South Broadway and Maxwell Street. The intersection's back open, but it's slow coming from downtown on South Broadway toward Maxwell at the moment. We've cleared the problem on Man Ward Helmsdale. All lanes are open over Hamburg. Now back to you in the studio.
To become a WKYT Live driver and download the Waze app, go to WKYT.com. Under the News tab, click on Traffic for more information. Tall and short side by side, a special set of deliveries and a cool ride to school. It is the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
Okay, one man stands as tall as a red British phone booth. Another is the height of just 6 stacked cans of food. For the first time ever, the world's tallest man and the world's shortest man have met. The two met at an event in London where they posed for photos and celebrated the 60th anniversary of the Guinness World Records. Sultan Kosin of Turkey is a little over 8 feet tall, and he can reach a basketball hoop without jumping. The other fellow is from Nepal. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but he is just over 21 inches tall.
Wow, how about that? We'll talk about a giant bundle of motherhood joy. A Florida mother and daughter gave birth on the same day. Heather Martin found out 9 months ago that not only would she be a new mother, but she was also going to be a new grandmother. She and her daughter had the same due dates, but for separate medical reasons, on Tuesday, doctors decided to induce both of them.
It's like having twins without carrying twins.
To have my mom going through it with me is actually like probably the most special, amazing thing ever.
How about this? Those babies were born just hours apart.
Children don't often shout your name as you get to school, but Thursday was no normal school day at one Florida grade schooler. For one of them, the 7-year-old got the coolest ride in the town. Look at this. He rode in a real-life race car. It even made his parents a little jealous. Look at him. He arrived in style thanks to a partnership between NASCAR and the Boy Scouts. Driver Scott Legasio is a former scout and says he was honored to give the current scout a ride.
Well, how about that?
That is awesome. Yeah. I'm glad they hooked up with the Scouts. You know, good program.
Absolutely. We have a ton of Boy Scouts that always come in and visit us here, so we love the Boy Scouts. All right, stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.